Good morning, everybody. I just left the house, leaving Derby, heading to Cheney, Kansas. Meet up with Jim Perkins and Mr. Anderson. Gonna be heading from there on up to South Dakota and starting my ride. This is a dedication to my wife. Love her a lot, and thank you. We've been married now for about 39 years, and it's been very enjoyable. Anyway, sometimes I choke up a little bit. I'm retired, for some of you that don't know. Got a few little bucket lists that I want to get out of the way. One of which is this one. I haven't been on a major motorcycle ride like this, so I'm really excited about the opportunity. Being able to see everything from a motorcycle perspective. Anyway, I will come back up on the camera when I get into Cheney. Like I'm driving up, they'll probably have their motorcycles out in the driveway ready to go. They're probably just waiting for me. I got roughly about 39 minutes to their house. Right now, temperature is a nice 75. Supposed to get up to about 90. As we go north, it'll cool down a little bit. We're expecting probably mid to low 80s as we hit South Dakota. So overall, should be a good ride. Coming into Cheney, where Jim Perkins lives, should be at his house in about 3 minutes. Almost at 8 o'clock. That's when the departure time is supposed to be. So hopefully they're not getting too anxious on me. Anyway, like I said, this is Cheney, Kansas. Kind of turned right before I was supposed to, so I'll just go down here and I can still get to his house. As you can see, this is wheat country, so you always see those huge silos off all over the place in about most towns around here. Anyway, signing off till I get to Jim's house.
Your destination is on the right.
Okay, we're at Jim's house. Ready to go. All right. Got Sherman behind me, and there's Jim right over there. Running his bike. We're gonna go top off on gas and then head out. Update on temp, we went from 78 to 84. Update on trip, I went 31.3 miles, so we're just barely getting started. Yeah, I've got a tracker on my helmet so my wife knows where I'm at all the time. Well, it's nice meeting you, by the way. Nice to meet you. Sweet. You'll have to send that to me. Thank you. Okay, we're off on the road. We're gonna go get gas, top off. Our next stop will probably be roughly about 150 miles. That's Jim Perkins on the front, brand new Goldwing 2020. He's only had it for about 4 or 5 months. Sherman Anderson's behind me. He's on the S6B. He bought his probably about almost a year ago. And nothing like going on a ride with other people. Anyway, signing off, and we'll get you back on the highway as we're almost to Hutchinson. Okay, just filled up at Casey's. If you want to know what kind of gave me this inspiration to go on these long rides, go to Richie Vita Wild Bad on YouTube. They got one of the best motorcycle videos. There are a bunch of guys out of Great Britain that came over, shipped their motorcycles over, and drove across the United States about 6,500 miles. I'm going to try and get this one in. It's only going to be about 1,000, 1,200. And if this works out good, and I think I'm up to it, I might get with a group and do a U.S. tour. So we'll see how that goes. Anyway, temperature's climbing a little bit, getting a little bit warmer. And we'll be getting up on the highway here shortly. And presently we're leaving Cheney, Kansas. Got roughly about 4 hours. Our first overnight will be North Platte, Nebraska. And I think that should do it. I think everything's all good. I'm absolutely so excited about this ride. Especially being able to do it with some other guys instead of doing it by myself. Anyway, we'll check you again here on the other side as we come into Hutchinson on the way to South Dakota. We are now on Highway 54 and heading on up to Hutchinson. We'll be crossing over up here somewhere, and present speed is about 75. Nice day, got the wind blowing down on me. I'm just about as giddy as a school kid on this ride, being able to see what different scenery and other things as we're coming up to. Like I said, Jim Perkins is up front. I always take the middle position, and Mr. Anderson is in the back, as you can see in my mirror. So coming to Kingman County line, nothing more really to see at this point. And so when we get to different turnoffs and different highways, I'll bring you up and update you where we're at every time. Update, we came off of 54, we're almost at Kingman, then we get on 14, I think it's just 14 County Road. From that turnoff, it's 26 miles to Hutchinson. You can kind of see all around me that we just have farmland as far as the eye can see. So looking down, we got probably about 22 more miles to Hutchinson on this road. I'm kind of give you a little bit of update on some things. I belong to a group on Facebook called Wild Bad. I talked a little bit about them in some of my earlier videos at the beginning. Seeing some of their videos as they travel across the United States. And I had the opportunity to go through Amarillo, Texas, and that was one of the direct places they went through. And I videoed some of the places down there, the Paladuro Canyon and the Big Texas Steakhouse, and I sent that off to them. So they plan on doing another ride probably when they turn 50, which is going to be about another 3 more years. And they're going to come to the United States and trying to get a good rapport with them, so that way when they do come, I can meet up with them and ride, you know, maybe a couple 100 miles with them. Great bunch of guys. Highly recommend Wild Bad, which is Richie Vida on YouTube. And it's probably about 24 one-hour segments of their trip across the United States. And if anything else, watching that video, if you're in RVs or anything else, or motorcycles, gives you a pretty good idea of some pretty cool places, because they go out of the way places to see some pretty neat things. So if you're wondering what kind of road trip you would take, like 66 or Highway 1 up the coast of California, might be something to watch. Plus it's very entertaining. These guys are very comical. Anyway, having a good time so far. I've only went probably about 45 miles out of the 1,200 miles that we plan on doing over the next 8 days. So we're coming into Hutchinson city limits, South Hutchinson. We're on junction 5061. I'm not sure if we go straight or if we turn. I'm just following let's see, I guess we're stopping here for some reason. Okay, well, I guess we're stopping at this quick shop for some reason. Maybe it's a bathroom break, so nothing real.